Gym. Last video before I go to the gym, but nothing has to happen. This is a video about where people, they try to expect something to happen, and it has to happen because it's happened for other people before, right? So like, for example, the biggest example is in markets where people, they'll invest into Bitcoin and they bought it at like 120,000 or something. They bought it at the top and they're like, okay, well, I need this to 2x by the end of the bull run so I can double my money. And they literally bought it at the top. And they're seeing everybody else saying Bitcoin to 400K, 500K, 700K this cycle to even 1 million. And they're like, oh my gosh, Bitcoin is going to go there, right? And then they're doing the calculation of how much money they'll have after they 2x their money. And they're like, oh my gosh, look at how much money I can make with this, and look at what I can do with this money. I'm going to buy a new car with this money, whatever the fuck. And like, this is the normie mindset when it comes to like investing and whatnot. And they have these price targets. Like, people love price targets. They want a price because it gives them a expectation, and then they are basically able to sell themselves a dream of what will happen if they put their money in some investment and it goes up like that without calculating the risk. And I want to talk about this video about like, nothing has to happen just because you want it to happen. And it's the biggest examples in investing. It happens all the fucking time. And most of these people, they end up losing their money or selling at the bottom, and they're like, oh fuck, this is all over. Or they keep averaging down, but it just keeps going down and down and down. Like, a lot of people are pretty much not playing markets well, and it's very, very sad. But this idea that nothing has to happen happens literally everywhere else in life. And the way you look at it is through the lens of a probabilistic framework, where whatever action you take in the real world doesn't have 100% chance of happening. And of course, this is for like 99.9% of things. There are very few small things into the world that are 100% true. Like, for me personally, my 100% chance true is like the existence of a God and whatnot. But for some people, a lot of people, when they go through life, a lot of things in life are uncertain. They don't know when they're going to die. They don't know if they're going to be able to survive when they cross the street. They don't know if their mom or dad are going to live another day. Like, a lot of people live with this uncertainty, and life is very open-ended, that humans, they want a closed-ended loop. They want a solution, a tangible outcome that can be sold to them and make them believe that everything is going to be okay. And that's why like people really love price targets. But I want to say, like, nothing has to happen just because you want it to happen. And what I will say is that, like, from this probabilistic framework, nothing has a 100% chance of happening, right? For example, I don't know, maybe your wife is going to have a pregnancy and she's going to have a kid. Well, if she's going to have the kid, it doesn't have to 100% happen that the baby will come out. Of course, that's what you want to happen, but it's not going to exactly happen 100% chance. So you have to be prepared for all outcomes. Of course, it's going to be extremely tragic if she comes out with miscarriage or whatnot. It's going to fucking suck. But you better make sure and handle for that preparation, right? Because like, I see like a lot of couple people, when they have the kid and the wife is pregnant and whatnot, they 100% expect, oh, this is going to be a beautiful pregnancy. But then I also see myself, like, a lot of cases around me, like even my own workplace, there was this one person that tragically had miscarriage, and it was very, very sad to see. And a lot of people, when they go through life and there's this event or outcome that they're very emotionally dependent on, and they're only emotionally dependent on this one outcome, and then it doesn't go their way, it's very, very sad. And that's not to say that, assuming that you do prepare for both a successful outcome and a failure outcome, that the failure outcome, it's not going to affect you emotionally. Of course, it's going to affect you emotionally. It's very, very deeply primal and deeply ugly and tragic if that happens to you. But you shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be like, oh, well, there was a chance this could have happened. And if you're prepared for it, you'll be prepared for it, right? And of course, it's a very crass example. It's a very tragic one. It's a very sad one. But it's a very real example that a lot of people just expect something to happen because it has to happen. Nothing in life has to happen for you. And of course, like, the selling point is that this is through the lens of nihilism and apathy. It's even in the traders world in markets, where yes, in markets objectively, that nothing has to happen for you. It's very, very true. Maybe God can influence the markets to go to your favor. I'm not sure if he probably can, but I have to do more reps for myself to see if that's true and do like A/B testing for that. But in the Christian framework, a lot of things that you want to happen for you that I talked about in the previous video, like divine intervention is real, then like religious people, they're able to have God basically sway things towards their way. And yes, in that case, then I don't know, maybe it's hard to say if like even if God's best efforts that it will 100% happen to you. I think for now the thesis that yes, it will 100% happen for you if you like super pray for it. Like that's why I think like prayer, I used to think prayer was a very useless thing. Like there's no way it works, but it absolutely fucking works. It works. And I would say like maybe that's like the most EV situation for if you want things to happen for you well, is like lots of prayer and whatnot. But I don't know, I kind of just want to talk about that in this video, about nothing has to happen just because you want it to happen. And I think this mindset, the probabilistic framework mindset, can save a lot of people from getting nasty surprises. When if you look at their situation objectively, why are they surprised at all when that was very much a probabilistic outcome in their cone of outcomes, right? And of course I'm talking very vague here. I don't have super examples. Maybe like, oh well, I will get this job and I will get the job because I'm such a qualified candidate for it. Well, there could always be something that happens where maybe you don't get the job, and let's say you are getting so ready for it but you didn't prepare for like all those alternatives. Well, now you're fucked in that case and didn't prepare for that, and maybe you weren't applying to jobs because you got that still. No, you still do it until it's completely locked in and confirmed. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video, and I'll see you guys.